The recording has begun. Therefore, there's no getting out of it. All right, here we go. Starts in 3, 2, 1.
I just did a melatonin, and I'm just like really feeling it right now.
I used to be a dirty, dirty bad boy gubby poop man.
The morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream, morning stream, morning stream.
This is the morning stream. Look, we just want the money. You guys can walk away. We won't kill you.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to TMS. It is the morning stream for Monday, September 21st, 2020. I'm Scott Johnson. That guy right there is Mr. Brian Ibbett. Hello, Brian.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Fancy
Happy
meeting
brand
you
new
here.
week.
Yes. Fresh out of the oven.
All right, was that first audio thing from TikTok?
It was.
The melatonin? Yeah, we can
was.
go back to banning TikTok.
Yeah, you want to ban TikTok again?
I'm back off board.
Yeah, this thing is really rough.
I just did a melatonin.
Oh, geez.
And then she did a dance to Juice WRLD. It was great. It was awesome.
You're probably not wrong, but yeah, we're here, and we got a show to do. We're excited to be back. Hope you guys had a decent weekend. We just did a show yesterday because PM ran a little late in the weekend, so feels like we just did this, but here we are again.
But we did schedule it, so it was still PM. It was 12:30, so it was 30 minutes into PM time here in Mountain Time. So it worked. It totally worked.
Totally worked. Now here's the problem: there were a bunch of people there that heard a whiff, smelled a whiff of Brian telling a story about a mystery date, and then you said, "Oh, you know what? I'll save it for Monday." So they've all been pins and needles for the last 24 hours. Brian, please finally explain what happened on the mystery date.
Sure. Well, Tina drove me. We stopped off at a place called Motomaki. Has excellent sushi bowls and Japanese-inspired bowls like poke and tuna and salmon and all that stuff. Awesome stuff. If you have a Motomaki near you, you need to go and check it out. Tristan raves about the what was it? The sushi burrito. He raves about it. Says it's great. I've never tried it.
Yeah, we have a place here called Sushi Burrito, and I love a sushi burrito. They're fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, good. Cool. So, drove me there first, and then we continued to make our way down south towards the Chatfield area. Pulled off, and I'm still have no idea where we could be going because there's nothing in that area. We round a corner, and sure enough, we get to the botanical gardens at Chatfield Reservoir, where every year there is a giant corn maze made.
That explains the corn that I saw in
that would
the
explain
photo.
The corn. It was a very corny date.
Yeah.
This is a really good deal. I mean, basically, they do the whole we draw a little pattern in the corn maze with a tractor or whatever, or I guess probably it's more the way they grow it. In that area, in that shape.
Yeah.
But it was 2020 20th anniversary of the corn maze there, and so they had a whole thing there. But here was really cool about it. Number one, I think we saw a total of 10 people the entire time we were there.
Nice.
There was one group, couple ladies and their kids that we saw maybe 3 or 4 times as we made our way through the maze, but it was never a case of we're just following these people through the maze. It was just we just would bump into them every once in a while.
Sure. Did you ever get lost? Did you ever feel like you couldn't get out or any of that?
No, because I used the left hand method of getting through a maze, where you just keep your left hand on the wall. I mean, you don't literally keep your left hand on the wall, but you follow every left turn, and you'll eventually get out of the maze. And
that's true. That's a good way to
do. And the cool thing about that,
mazes,
the cool thing about that is that they're, you see the most of the maze that way. It's not there are probably shortcuts we could have taken. Definitely are shortcuts we could have taken, and but this way we saw the whole maze. Here's what I'm wishing I would have done, and if I had to do it all over again, I absolutely would have done this. Is I would have turned on Map My Walk on my phone so that we had a little drawing of the path that we took through the maze. It would have been awesome. I don't know how exact that gets down to. If we go down one path and come back down on the other side of that row of corn, it's probably not, right down to the foot sensitive. So there'd probably be some weird overlaps and weird shapes, but for the most part,
Yeah.
I think it would look pretty cool.
It would look pretty cool. Plus, I mean, satellite pinpointing is not quite as good as they make it seem in the movies. So
No.
you're right, there'd be some overlap. But if you had a wide enough maze, like if the maze was a big maze, you'd be able to see a pretty cool pattern. I
think so. I kind of want to do it again just to do that, but
Yeah.
but then I kind of don't. In past years, this is me. I think actually this is only the second time we've ever gone there, and Tristan was a really little kid the last time we did it, the only other time we did it. And they had apple cider and
yeah, baby.
kettle kettle corn.
Mm,
You know,
kettle
the
corn.
kind of corn you have to go and adopt out of a kennel.
Yeah, it's the
Been there
worst.
for a while. It makes you feel better when you adopt kennel corn.
Yeah. It's better. I mean, look, and then you immediately neuter the kennel corn.
You
corn, and-
need, oh yeah, you
Yeah.
got to spay and neuter your kennel corn.
Yeah, what are you even doing? I totally agree with that.
But it was a blast. We had a really good time.
That's nice.
And
Well, it seems really nice, actually. It sounds like something I would totally love to do right now this time of year.
good social distance. And there were a couple platforms. You go up on a platform and you could kind of oversee the whole maze from there. Although, and they also show you a map of the maze when you first go in. But there are 0 landmarks in the maze compared to the map. So when you're sitting there with corn on either side of you, it's not like you can say, oh, well, here we are on the map in this area where there's corn on either side of us. It's basically like, okay, well, that's really good. I mean, at one point we finally figured out we were in the G of the celebrating 20 years, and we're like, oh yeah, we're just going to kind of get into a dead end here.
Mhm.
Disturbed Angel asks, how tall was the corn? Well, of course, Disturbed Angel, the corn was as high as an elephant's eye.
Oh, look at you remembering that old
Corn
thing.
is as high as an elephant's eye.
Did you ever have
Oh,
any
what a
any sense of
beautiful
like I'm
morning.
trapped in here, or this is
No,
claustrophobic?
never
or
felt,
any
never
of that?
felt like that, because you could always, it was short enough that you could kind of see. They have a big flag at the entrance and a
Yeah.
barn over there, and you could kind of see where things were. So you could pretty much always make turns that got you to that location. And
Gotcha.
there are guys up on scaffolds that just hang out there all day. Really, I think they're there just to make sure nobody picks the corn, because they actually have to sell this stuff when corn maze season is over.
Yeah, they got to harvest their harvest.
They got to harvest and stuff. So
Yeah.
they're there to make sure nobody picks the corn. But I imagine if you needed to, you could ask them for help. But
Yeah.
they probably would just say, just put your left hand on the wall and keep walking. Take every left turn.
I like that they're like lifeguards in a corn maze.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. They pretty much are, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of.
If it were me, let's say things got weird where weird music was playing and it was a little scary, and you have like a little moment of like, oh my gosh, I got to get out of here. I just
Yeah.
cut through the corn. It's not like these are steel walls or anything. Just-
No, boy, there's a rule right there. Like you see that 4 times as you walk in, the different signage. Do not cut through the corn.
Yeah, but if you had to, man.
If you had to, like, let's say this was a dire emergency. It was like starting to get dark, and you could see that the people on scaffolds had already gone home, and
Somebody slipped some freaking hardcore X-Lax in your apple cider and your hot cider.
right,
and you're out
right,
there in the middle of the thing.
no scent of funnel cake wafting from the entrance area anymore, and you knew it was over.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
go.
then you could cut through. Then Malachi will just let you cut right through.
All right, well,
Malachi.
Malachi was
But
a bastard.
then, how did I decide to repay Tina?
Yeah.
Well, I waited till she went on a little shopping trip with Mrs. Crazy Neighbor.
Yeah.
They went to Michael's to look for Halloween decorations or October decorations.
Yeah.
And while she was there, I took my my brand new Deadpool head
Oh yeah, we got to report on this. Oh my gosh.
and I put him in the fridge.
Yeah.
I turned on prank mode,
Yeah.
specifically refrigerator prank mode, because there's bed prank mode and what's in the box prank mode and all sorts of different prank mode.
Does he say something different depending on the situation?
He does.
Okay.
He does.
All right.
Like in the fridge, he sits there for a second, and then he'll say, "Hey, the mustard in here's expired,"
Oh wow.
or something like that. And like he's got about a dozen different refrigerator prank phrases. He's got hundreds of different phrases, as I've found. So I put it in there, closed the door, then enabled prank mode.
Yeah.
and waited for her to go home. Came back downstairs to do some work, and I've got my screen here that shows when she's coming home.
Yeah.
So I can see her car pull up.
Yeah.
Working, and I see something on the corner of my eye. Oh, she's pulling into the garage right now. So I like grab stuff and then start heading up just as she's coming in the door. And she's like, "What are you doing?" Because I look like I'm kind of in a hurry to get upstairs. I'm like,
Sure.
nothing, just done working for the day and decided to come upstairs. She's like, "Oh, okay." And she goes and changes or does something in the other room. And then I kind of hang out near the kitchen with my phone ready to capture video. And she goes and she sits down on the couch and starts reading a magazine. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll go sit down as well because this will look really weird. I go down and sit down, and before I know it, she's back up and making her way to the fridge, and I'm scrambling to get the video open on my phone.
Did you make it in time? Did we
Did
catch
not
it?
make it in time. Did not get video of her. But here's basically what it was.
All right.
She opens up the fridge. She sees the Deadpool head in there, which is not moving. She's like, Brian. And then it opens its eyes and starts talking to her. And she jumps back and then just kind of looks at me like, really? And
Awesome.
it really wasn't. It wasn't a scream. It wasn't like a drop in a dish or something like that. It was just like kind of like a, Brian,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. She knows what you're up to.
She knows what I'm up to.
Yeah.
So no video, unfortunately. But
Oh, that's too
hey,
bad.
I still have I have 3 other neighbors I can do this to. So
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, there are opportunities. that
many
Leah-
opportunities. I feel like
Yeah.
Crazy Neighbor might have to be an opportunity here with this thing.
Yeah. Just have your camera on 24/7 for that one.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Just have to set it up. And Barb, if you're listening, don't tell Uncle George. You can borrow the Deadpool head and you can scare the crap out of him.
Oh,
in
yeah.
your fridge.
Yeah. Now, let me understand this part, though. It seems like the prank would work the best if the sensor if there's some sort of sensor, if it immediately knew when you open the fridge, it would say something. But do you have to just wait for it to say one of its random phrases, or does it say something because you
No, I
opened
think
the
it
fridge?
worked well as Tina seeing this thing in the fridge and like trying to make sense of what it was. Like, is this because it's fully head sized, and she's like, "What is this? Like a weird? Is this a cake? Is this one of those fake cakes on
Yeah.
the internet?"
Yeah.
And
it looks
then
like
it
one. It's
starts
like
talking.
it's like a black or a like a red velvet cake if you cut into that thing.
Right, it would be exactly like a Deadpool red velvet cake. Oh yeah,
Mm.
AV Tech John found the video of the way it normally, like their demo video of how this thing works.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you guys can share that
But,
around and look at it. Well, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Anyway.
I'm glad. A little bit of spouse pranking never hurt nobody.
Never hurt nobody. Thank goodness it never hurt nobody.
No,
Yes.
no, not at all. By the way, we got a quick email here before we call Dunaway, and you guys get to play Battle Royale with us. We got an email from Gabby who wanted to talk to us about streaks, and she says this. When I first got the email, the subject was steaks, or it's
Oh, you thought it said steaks?
yeah, it's streaks, but I thought I read steaks, and I got really excited, but then I found out it wasn't that.
I've got steaks on their way to you and Brian.
Oh.
Get ready.
From Omaha, man. Anyway,
Oh.
when Scott was talking about his streak of no vomiting and almost never having tasted alcohol, it reminded me of my greatest streak. I had been running at least a mile, usually about 2 these days. And back in the day, it was more like 3 or 5 for almost 28 years. I started on November 2nd, 1992, and ran every day through my pregnancy. I also went into the hospital about 6 in the evening on October 29th, labored all night and the next day. And when they finally decided to do a C-section, after about 30 hours of labor, I excused myself to the bathroom for 10 minutes while they were waiting for me to take my up for surgery and ran a mile in place. So she just ran in the bathroom
Ran in the bathroom for 10 minutes.
so she wouldn't miss a day. My son was born 2 hours before Halloween on the night of the 30th, and the next day the pediatrician came to check on him, wearing a full ballet outfit with makeup, a tutu, etc. He obviously had a great sense of humor. I had to stay in the hospital for 3 days, which is standard procedure for a C-section. That's totally true. My niece just got out. So I ran in place in the bathroom every day that I was there. So, oh, man, after a C-section, that's hard.
No kidding.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, even after just having a baby naturally, that's hard.
Yeah, you know what? That's hard
Your
for
body
me.
parts are trying to kind of like, moving like Pangea back into their original continent shapes and
Yeah.
locations.
Yeah.
Slowly.
You couldn't get me in the bathroom today to do it. That's how hard this is.
Run in place in any bathroom.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Anyway, it said, since it wouldn't let me go outside, it was a great pregnancy with no morning sickness, and after I gave birth, I was actually 8 pounds lighter than when I got pregnant. Anyway, here's my story. You can tell it if you want. I have OCD. Ha ha ha. You guys have brightened my day every day for years. Cheers, Gabby. Well, Gabby, I wish I had your commitment because that's a streak I could use.
Yeah,
Tell you that.
that'd be great to have a streak like that right now.
Yep.
I broke my streak of indoor cycling this weekend because of all the walking we did. We did about 2 miles in the corn maze. We measured it.
Fair amount.
It's not bad.
No.
But,
That's pretty strong, actually. It's not bad at all.
it's pretty strong, but I need to get back on the bike and I got to go back up the ladder, Marvel Duel.
Yeah, Marvel Duel, baby. We know how that is.
Back up the ladder.
You got stuff to do in Marvel Duel.
That's
All
right.
Speaking of Marvel Duel, not really. We're going to
Not
do
really.
this now. All right, we're going to bring our old pal Brian Dunaway in here for a little bit of Babble Royale. Brian, how the heck are you?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Oh, hi,
Oh,
Brian.
hi, Brian.
What are you doing?
How are you guys?
Oh, just making it work and having it happen. How about you?
It's Monday.
Yeah, it
you
is.
know what that means?
What does it mean?
All new week. All your failures from last week have been reset, and now you get to make all new mistakes.
That's great.
Yes.
How are you? What kind of mistakes are you going to make this week? Just give us a preview. What you're going to do?
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know what mistakes you're going to make?
The over-under is probably 6.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the reason why when I see a fortune teller, I run. They might tell me something truthful.
Call
So
now.
far, I'll tell you what happened last night. I was on my walkie walk, as
Yeah.
we walk often around our town. We have a small walk path. It used to be a train track.
Yeah.
But now, and occasionally you can start to run because you'll hear the train as it comes down, the ghost train. No, that doesn't happen. But I was out and I heard something go, meow. And I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
no, not a meow.
Yeah. And what
Two
happened?
little baby kitties,
Oh.
about 3 weeks old, abandoned by someone,
Mm.
and
Oh,
their
gee.
eyes matted shut.
Oh.
So, of course, we kept on walking. I'm kidding. We turned around.
I don't need this.
I don't need this today.
Mm.
And so we got some kitties and trying to do our best to keep your expectations to where they should be, which is usually what happens when you find stray cats.
Yes,
Sometimes they
right.
live, sometimes they die.
Yeah.
Totally true,
And,
especially depending on how long they've been away from the mom and if they're
Exactly.
still And
Are
they
you gonna
probably
have to?
still
You're gonna have to suckle them at your teat. You're gonna have to make
That
that
is
happen?
our challenge this week. I took out my cat teat kit and I loaded it up. And we
Good thing
we
you
a
had
good
one of
time.
those handy. I
Yeah.
mean,
It-
yeah.
You always Boy Scout right here, my
Right.
friend.
You need to.
Boy Scout.
If they taught you anything in Boy Scouts, it's to have a teat on hand, just in
That's
case.
That's right. Always keep a teat handy.
Well, speaking of handy teats, we have a listener on the line.
Jeez.
They've been holding very patiently. Hi. Good morning. Who's this?
Hi, it's Kit London from the chat room. How
Hey,
you
Kit
guys?
London.
Hey,
How the
Kit
heck
London.
are you, Kit London? How are you?
I'm fabulous. I took a half day off work so I could sleep in this morning.
Ah, it's great.
Yeah.
Sometimes-
Kind of funny that we pull Kit London after we've been talking about cat teat kits.
yeah.
True story. True story.
I know it just sounds like a rearrangement of her username.
right.
Well, it's good to have you here, and as always, good to hear your voice. We're going to see if we can't win you some prizes today on your sleep-in day and half day off work. So let's talk about it. Brian Ibbett, do you want to explain the rules and what
Boy,
you could win?
Feels like it's been forever. How do we play this game? Oh, I know. I'll give Scott and Brian a topic, and they're going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with the answer, the win will go to the other player. Your job, Kit London, is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic. Today, you're playing for physical prizes.
Whoa.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yes.
Congratulations, you get 2 small kittens.
That's right. Just got to find a padded envelope big enough.
Yeah.
No, here's what you're playing for. You're playing for a pack of Geek a Week cards. These are
Oh,
designed by Len Peralta.
Oh, yeah.
Included in this set, Jonathan Colton, Veronica Belmont, Bonnie
Yeah.
Burton, MC Frontalot, and because it actually didn't come in this set, I'm throwing in a Brian Ibbett Geek a Week card. I'll even sign it
Oh, very nice.
if you like.
Very
Yes,
nice.
If you like.
If you like, I'll vandalize
If
the
you think it'll increase the value.
I'll vandalize the crap out of this thing.
Sure.
And on top of that, if that wasn't enough, you get a pack of tea, Harvest Moon Pumpkin Herbal Masala, from Phoenix Pearl Tea.
Oh,
This actually
yeah.
is my favorite of the Phoenix Pearl Teas, so I was really tempted to keep this one for myself.
Yeah.
However,
I'm
I'm
looking
not, and you can see,
I'm looking at my Dreams of Erebus right now.
Oh,
I'm
that's-
thinking I need something more fall.
I had
Maybe
some
put
of that
to
last
order.
night, as a matter of
Yeah,
fact. and
those
it
are good
knocked
also.
me right out.
Yep.
Oh.
That stuff will put
So
you to
that
sleep,
is what
man.
you could win.
No, this is great. Very cool. Now we just need a topic and
You need a topic? All right, I'll give you a topic. Well, the three of us, as well as Randy Jordan, just watched the movie Buckaroo Banzai, Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai.
The
Across
Adventures of
the Eighth
Buckaroo.
Dim-
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
across the eighth dimension. Boy, just naming the title would almost be a Babel Royale.
Right.
I would
in
lose.
and of itself. But John Birchman wrote in and said,
Oh,
there
another
are
John.
another
John
John,
Big Bootay called.
appropriate for this. He said that there are 49 Lectroids named John in
Oh.
Buckaroo Banzai.
Really?
How many of the 49 Johns, the Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai,
That's
can you
great.
name? And I decided he almost wanted me to do this before,
Right,
before you guys watch the movie.
Yeah.
It would have taken like 5 seconds, but
Right, because we would know none.
fresh. It's fresh in your mind, fresh in your head. Let's see how you can do.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
Kit
jeez.
London, knowing that these guys just watched Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension, who do you think is going to name more Johns and win this for you?
I'm gonna go with Dunaway to win and Dunaway to start.
This is a
Wow,
really good
okay.
call, by the way, because I don't know if you knew this, and I did say it on the show when we did the Film Sack episode, but it's the first time I've ever seen Buckaroo Banzai. So
Right.
Brian is going to have
Right.
way big advantage today.
I don't know about way big, but
Well, we'll see.
how about big?
Big,
I'll go ahead
big.
and start with John Big Bootay.
That's
Big
a very
booty.
good one to start
The-
with since
the
you said it a
easiest
minute
one.
ago.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd. We've got to get back to 1983. John Big Butte, and we are off to the races.
Okay. John Big Berries. Sorry, Small
No,
Berries. Small
there you
berries,
go.
Small berries.
Woo.
Sorry.
That was almost done there.
Well, it was
Almost done.
It was Dunaway's joke, and I remember
Yeah,
that
yeah.
more than the actual name.
Actually, I said large berries, but big berries is actually pretty on point. That's
Yeah.
pretty. That's
Pink
probably
Berry.
even better.
He's a yogurt stand.
Yeah.
John Smallberries. Yes, correct. And very good. We move on.
John Parker, hand me the wheel.
Oh, Parker. Like
Parker.
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 Yes, Carl Lumbly. Martian Manhunter and Martian Manhunter's dad on Supergirl.
Oh, that's
playing
right. You said
Freedom
that.
Loving
I can get
Force. Yeah.
Right.
How many of
What-
these were actually uttered in the movie? Like,
Oh,
There
there's
are
no, like-
some that are uttered, but there are also some that you actually see in a list.
okay,
Um,
that are in the
yes.
movie that they're like visible in the film.
Visible on film.
Right. Yeah. They
Yeah.
when they're doing the little there's a list, but I'm trying to remember if I recall looking at the list. I think I just remember.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
one of them sticks out because I saw it in the trivia. I hope this is right. John. I know that part's right. John. That's like fat something. John Fat.
John Fatty. Fatty Fat.
Fatter. Fat. Fats. Fat.
John, you're fat.
Fat Eater. It's like that. It's like John Fat
I'll
Eater.
give it to you. John Fat Eating.
Oh, eating?
John
Fat
Fat
Eating?
Eating. Yep.
I don't remember that one. Okay, so
I don't
cool.
either, but it's on the list, so very
Really?
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
John Fat
All right.
Eating or Eater?
John Fat Eating.
Okay.
John Fatting.
That might be my
All right.
moment of.
Well, I'll just go with the big names.
Sure.
John O'Warfin, aka John Lithgow.
That's
Do I get
right.
two?
Yes. Worfin, John Lithgow. Well, John Lithgow played John Worfin, so it counts as one, and you got it. John Worfin, played by John Lithgow, as well as Lazar, whatever his name was, and his villain name,
His villain name.
not his lector, like his adopted leader name, but his actual villain name.
All right, for some reason, hold on. Looks like we're losing frames. Why?
Oh, what was
Oh,
going
no.
on?
I mean,
What was
I'm
going
hearing
on?
you
What
guys
happened?
fine,
What
but
happened?
it might be a Twitch
What
thing.
happened?
Might be a Twitch thing. Hold on. What the heck's going on? Here, okay, we're good now. I don't know what that was.
Okay. All right.
It's funky as hell is what that was. Just went down to 0. But
Oh, weird.
But we were all here and
Okay.
everything's fine, so I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Okay, well, we're at the guessing point of today's activity. So, John, is there like a John, like a double John?
Oh,
that's
that'd be
a
great,
good-
right?
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
a good guess.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, really?
Damn it. I really don't. I mean, I can't believe there's more than, how many are there?
Yeah,
There
there's
are
a
45.
lot.
There are 45 employees, the red electroids, and then there are 4 in the freedom-loving forces that.
Yeah,
that
the
help.
Rastafarians.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
the
The
and
black
they,
electroids is what
right.
they call them.
exactly, but
yeah.
they weren't.
Yeah, they
which
call
was
them black
odd.
electrodes in the movie.
Right.
They
Yeah.
were black
That's right.
actors. I don't know what they were
But
thinking there. That was
I
weird.
remember I was going to say John Yaya. That's another one I remember.
John Yaya is played by
Uh,
James Rosen.
Right. And then John. What is this? Oh, let's see. I would have to think about it for a minute now. John.
There's one
Yum.
that confused me for years. Well, I'll wait till you say if you have another
Right.
guess.
The confusion.
John. What is it? It's the other guy. It's the other.
I'm looking at the
freedom
chat
person.
again.
M. Dahl.
I'm looking at
John M. Dahl, I think is his name.
M. Dahl, right? Well,
Dahl.
it's a woman, right? Rosalind Cash.
Right.
John M. Dahl, the woman who
Oh,
spins around on the
Rosalind
little
Cash.
platform. There's also Vincent Schiavelli's character, John O'Connor, which forever
yes.
made me think that it was Sarah O'Connor and John O'Connor in
Right.
Terminator.
TT. Yeah, Terminator.
And so
Yeah.
I'd be, so for years I would go, Sarah O'Connor, come with me if you want to live.
That's
All right,
great.
here's the full list.
Yeah.
John Barnett, John Kemp, John Carefulwalker, John Chief Crier, John Cooper, John Coyote, John Edwards, John Edwards,
Oh wow,
John
really?
Fish, John Fledgling, John Gomez, played by Dan Hedaya, John Grimm, John Guardian, John Icicle Boy, John Jones, John Joseph,
John
John-
Joseph.
John Kimchi, Scott's favorite, John Lee,
Oh,
John Littlejohn. So close, maybe that's one you were thinking of.
yeah.
John Many Jars, John Milton, John Mudhead, John Nephew, John Nolan, John O'Connor, John Omar, John Parrott, John Rajesh, John Ready to Fly, John Repeat Dance, John Roberts, John Scott, John Shaw, John Smallberries, you got John Starbird, John Take Cover, John Thorny Stick, John Turk, John Two Horns, John Webb,
Oh.
John Wood, John Wright, and John Yaya. And then the Freedom Forces, John Valuk, John M. Dahl, which you got, and John Gant. as the-
John Parker.
Yes.
And then Parker's, that's weird because Parker and O'Connor are like the only names, right? Like, or Cooper,
Right.
I guess. Cooper.
John Edwards,
Oh,
John,
yeah, Edwards. Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Roberts.
John Nolan.
I like John Take Cover. That was one of my
John Take Covers, great.
That's a good
Repeat
one.
Dance. John Repeat Dance.
Repeat Dance. That's the good one too.
What's John Thorny Stick's deal? What's his claim to
Imagine
fame?
he carries a thorny stick and he
Okay.
speaks softly.
All right, fair enough. Well, that'll teach me to hardly have ever seen this movie except for on Film Sack. I mean, Jesus, that's a
Right.
horrible
Well, I
loss.
thought maybe because it was still fresh in your head, but big thanks to John Birchman, not one of the Lectroids, as so we think, for sending this one in.
May as well be. Hey, Kit London, how do you feel about Poland? But you did the right
Why?
thing today. How does that feel?
I feel great. Thank you. You guys totally made my day.
Well-
Brian, I'd be honored if you signed the card for me.
Oh, that's very
Oh,
nice.
I'll have to.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Well, you are the winner, and you deserve it. Well done. All you got to do is email briancoverville@gmail.com. He will send you your winnings, and well done on your physical prize winning.
Wow. For a second,
I
there,
loved
was
that.
Electroid. Yeah.
He was like through the 8th dimension.
Yeah.
Totally was hearing him through the 8th dimension.
Oh, did
You,
you guys
got
get
real
it?
body for just a split second.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it was
did
a
I?
cool real body. It was
It
like
was. Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good now. You don't hear me weird now?
Don't hear
Yeah.
weird now. I took off my bubble wrap glasses and now I hear you just fine.
Oh, weird. Let me make sure I don't
By the
hear
way,
it.
we've had a lot of great references to the Film Sack this past weekend. Please, if you haven't listened to our Buckaroo Banzai episode, check it out. It's
Oh, yeah. You should listen to that episode. It was great.
fun. It was
It
a
was
lot.
great.
And Ibbot nailed the intro. He has the current
Listen.
intro belt this week.
Mm.
The only reason is because you forced me to step up my game, Brian Dunaway. I gotta
Yeah,
keep
well,
up with you.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
It
That's
was a
what we
really
do.
good intro.
Challenging.
It's hard because Dunaway does tend to dominate the intros, but if
He
it's,
does.
I went total abstract this week, and you know,
Ibbot stood.
Not my best-
He
not my best
stepped
work.
up though, man. He got up to the plate and he
Yeah.
hit that ball so hard it
nailed it.
Nailed it. Yep. So there you go. Dunaway later today. You and I at 3:30 Mountain Time will be doing the Boop Show, and we will probably talk a little bit about this Bethesda acquisition from Microsoft, so you can hear about that and all the games we've been playing this week. I mean, Brian and I typically focus on games that are, smaller fare, but it's a big deal. It's part of our Game Pass thing
it's a
now,
big
or it
deal.
will be.
It's big news there, and also pre-orders at many retail locations start tomorrow for the Xbox Series.
Yeah, I think I'm getting one.
There's a lot of news, a lot of stuff happening right now.
I think I'm getting one this time.
I'm definitely getting one. I'm heading to the GameStop tomorrow, mask on face, and ordering my Xbox Series X. It's going to be interesting because you got to pre-qualify, I suppose. It's more like a credit thing.
Oh, for the 2-year thing, yeah.
Yeah, for the 2-year, $35 a month. So
yeah, it's you got to qualify for it, but it's interest free if you get it. So it's a kind of a cool thing. I sort of wish Sony had an answer for that, but they don't. Anyway, so there you go. Check it out. That's today, 3:30 Mountain Time. If you want to watch it live, or check out the podcast after wherever you get your podcasts, including iTunes, Spotify, the new Amazon podcast listing. All that stuff is there. Do you know Amazon's doing podcasts now? That's a thing.
What?
Yeah.
Amazon podcasting. Yeah, I know. Their emails, I get all these emails saying your podcast is now part of Amazon, but their form letter, their mail merge doesn't include the name of which podcast they added, so I don't know which one it is, if it's ANTP or Coverville or Soundography or what.
Same. I got the exact same 8 emails.
Yeah.
And I can't make sense of which is what. I just assume that all 8 of the active shows are now in there somehow.
I would assume, yeah.
I would hope so.
No, it's Tired Thumbs and the Marvel Avengers Alliance show.
Exactly. App Slappy finally gets its spot in Amazon where it belongs. The other thing I was going to say about that is I wish the news was this. I wish it was. Breaking news. Amazon does podcasts. In other news, Stitcher dies and goes away forever, and no one has to use it again.
Yeah. Who hates Stitcher?
I hate
Everybody.
Stitcher. I hate it. Somebody was using Stitcher yesterday, and they said, hey, for some reason your show doesn't. It only came through halfway, and it sounds like butt, and it's missing a part of it, and it's also it doesn't show the last 5 episodes behind it. Something's wrong, and I'm like, I know. It's called Stitcher, and I don't have any control over it. If anyone ever wonders why Stitcher's weird, we have 0 control over Stitcher. Nothing we can do.
Stitcher downloads your podcast, so it takes it off any feed service you may have and compresses it and then reserves it out at what point in time you have absolute 0 control over.
Yeah, and it sounds like crap. They stack a bunch of ads on it that aren't yours. And
they're ads.
Yeah,
right.
they're ads. And then to make it worse, if you you can demand to have it taken off, but it's a huge jump through hoops thing. It's a freaking racket. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
If you love podcast,
don't
use Stitcher.
Yeah, don't use Stitcher. If you really want to see podcasts continue to thrive, Stitcher.
We don't get any numbers or anything. You don't know if your show is doing well. You know this.
There's nothing about it that we have any. It's just like you know what? What's it like? It's like somebody swung by your house and took the garden gnome out of your garden and ran up the hill with it. It's just there's nothing you can do.
Up the hill with it.
Said this is mine now, and I'm going to make people pay to look at your garden gnome.
But most of the rest of them, like iHeartRadio's great. Apple Podcasts is great. Freaking Spotify's implementation is pretty good.
Doing good. I listened to it this morning. Yeah.
Those are all fine. And this new Amazon thing looks fine. Google Plays is fine. Everybody's fine. Stitcher.
It's just fine.
Double bird. All right.
Double bird.
Their interface for searching podcasts is not very good. Amazon.
It's Amazon,
unless I'm in the wrong place. Jeez
It's
Louise.
just too new and fresh. They don't know what they're doing yet.
Yeah, they really need to.
Speaking of new and fresh, Brian Dunaway, thanks for joining us today, and we hope you have a wonderful afternoon.
Oh, already am.
Bye now. All right. He's left, Brian. He's gone.
Oh, he's here. Oh, I didn't get to say.
Yeah, you didn't get to say goodbye. What were you thinking?
I didn't get to say goodbye. Let's start over.
All right. What's this?
This is the info we've been waiting for.
All right. Time for the news brought to you by
Huge Pizzas.
Again, go to Maxwell's if you're in South Jordan for any reason. Go get takeout. They can't dine in because we're back in an emergency mode here. But go in there and get yourself a big-ass New York-style pizza from Maxwell's. They are not a sponsor of the show by any stretch, but I liked it so much, I got to mention it again. I talked about it on PM, and I'll say it again. Oh. That was a hell of a pizza. Real good. Okay.
Excellent.
let's talk about this man. There's a man in the news.
This man.
This man. His name is, well, we'll find out in a second. A man discovers a brain washed ashore on a beach.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So that's not where you want to find your brains, right?
No.
That seems bad
Is
to
he,
find a brain there.
Unless you're a zombie, and then it's like, oh, lunch.
I'm glad we took a day to come to the beach.
Don't let me try to talk you out of beach day again. This was good.
Turns out you were right the whole time. Nom nom. He went to the beach for somewhat peaceful thoughts, for somewhat peace of thoughts. What's that? He went to the beach for somewhat peace of thoughts. Do you see that?
Yeah, he went to the beach for somewhat peace of thoughts. Okay.
It's not even the right
Was
spelling
the,
of peace if he means peace like peaceful. It's the wrong piece.
No, but like a piece, right? Yeah. Boy, good job, News Chant.
Yeah, the very first line of your article sucks.
us.newschant.com. What?
Yeah, that's poo.
What magic is this?
Yeah, dark magic, Brian. Dark. Wisconsin beachcomber, Gomer. He's a beachcomber.
Beachcomber's even better.
Well,
golly,
golly.
there's a brain. I found a brain. Shazam, Shazam, Shazam.
Andy, there's a brain out here. Like a little Don
I better
Knotts
call
in
my
there.
cousin Goober.
It says they were cousins, weren't they?
I think so, yeah.
So what I mixed them up with is Cooter on
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard, and Cooter and one other character were related, and I always mix those guys up. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is this: he found more than he bargained for, a brain that had washed up ashore. Native authorities are attempting to determine who or what it got here from. Boy, this is terribly written.
Yeah. Oh, News Chant. News
Jeez.
Chant.
Are you having the interns take over?
Where is News Chant based out of?
I don't
I'm
know.
guessing Mars?
Maybe they're all just. It did not register as a human
geez.
brain.
And this thing reloads about 1,000 times, even though I have like blockers and stuff on. Yeah, I'm never a News Chant.
Yeah, never go there again. It's the worst
Yeah.
place on the planet. Anyway, it says it didn't register as a human brain. I was just like, what is this? Says Jimmy Sedina, age 47. He advised Fox News 6 of his grotesque discovery. Actually, that's written wrong too. Advised Fox News 6 of his grotesque discover.
I am guessing a piece of English, not their first experience language.
They got like I don't know. They got an intern running the show. I don't know what's going
Oh, there
on.
we go. Tanner says, birthday boy Tanner Goodman says News Chant is from India.
Oh, maybe we're getting some translation here.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh,
maybe.
look at us making fun of the translation. Hey, happy
all right.
birthday there, Tanner. Was that today? Or
It is today. It is
Congratulations, dude. Well done.
As a birthday present, we all went to, he DM'd Dungeons and Dragons Saturday night, and 50% of us showed up really late.
Oh, well, that's a great gift. That's the gift that
Myself
just keeps
not
coming.
included.
Oh,
I
of
was
You were
yeah.
you were Johnny on the spot.
I was Johnny 15 minutes past the spot, only because I knew that he was going to be late.
Sure. Well, happy birthday, Tanner. That's awesome. Somebody else's birthday today, a big one. Who am I thinking of? Can't remember. Don't know.
I'll tell you.
Don't know.
I'll tell you. Like
It seems like a famous person is.
Stephen King, Bill Murray.
Maybe it was Bill Murray I was thinking of.
Both of those two have birthdays today.
How if you're Stephen King, how do you celebrate? What do you do? Is it boring and bland, or does he do something weird?
Yeah, you basically have a birthday cake and you talk incessantly until the candles blow themselves out.
Right. I like it. Oh, I can't wait for this week's recommendal. I'm so excited to tell you about it.
Really? Wow. Is Stephen King related?
Let's just call it Stephen King related.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stephen King adjacent?
Let's say I loved it. Let's say that. Let's just say I loved
Charles McFall birthday today too.
it. Oh, in our thing. Our sort of connected communities there.
Sort of connected community, yeah. The Giant Size Team Up Network, which I used to do shows on.
Yeah.
Till I made my escape.
So I made my way out to that pipe and came out.
Climbed my way out of a mile of giant-sized podcasting and came out clean on the other side.
Yes. All right. It says here, the Racine-based building employee an artist, mentioned he regularly searches close by seashores for gadgets equivalent to sea glass to include in his sculptures. I'm just going to read it the way it says it.
Yes. Gadgets equivalent to sea glass.
Yeah.
What kind of gadgets are equivalent to sea glass?
I didn't know we were going to get a surprise fun translation party trip.
Oh, this is
great.
fantastic. Yes.
Curiosity got to me, so I popped it open and looked like a chicken breast. And it looked like a chicken breast. Senda advised his native TV information outlet.
Hello, operator. Can you get me the nearest native TV information outlet, please?
Oh, that's so good. That's
so
good. Oh my gosh, I love that. Let's see, where the hell was I? I can't even find it now. Okay, he said, where
it took a little bit for it to really register.
Oh, there it is. It took a little bit to really register of what was going on. It was a brain. Also within the parcel have been flowers and Chinese money, in keeping with Senda. Senda was
keeping with the Senda tradition.
Yeah, with the tradition of
flowers
Senda.
and Chinese money.
Yeah. How do you celebrate? Oh, I'm in the Senda tradition.
Yes, exactly.
We get the flowers and Chinese money.
Here's some flowers and Chinese money. Happy brain day to you.
Yeah, you do your frankincense and myrrh and stuff on Christmas. We do flowers and Chinese money. Senda was so flabbergasted by the weird discover that he requested some close by Metropolis workers close by for a second opinion. They're like, yeah, that's a brain, he recalled, including that a subsequent question to the police yielded an analogous response.
Wow.
Needless to say, the weird flotsam is blowing minds on social media. Just when you thought 2020 couldn't get more effed up, mentioned one commenter on a Facebook gallery Senda posted depicting the cannibal evoking Discovery. Oh, now they use Discovery instead of Discover.
Discovery instead of just Discover, yeah.
All right.
My God.
That's an amazing article, and I'm so glad that we read it. All right. I mean, that's what makes...
And now the news coming to you from the native TV information outlet.
I think that's what makes us everyone's favorite native TV information outlet. That's what Tiana says.
It's stuff like this for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to write that down and use it for something. All
native
right.
TV information outlet.
Yeah, it's too good. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we will spend some time with our good friend Bill.
He has a Discover for us too.
He also has a Discover, and it's always good to talk to Bill. We'll also have some time with major spoilers, and we get to finally find out what the fate of DC Universe is. So come back for that.
Wait.
Ominous, tantalizing tease there for you while we listen to whatever this song is you brought. So what is it?
Yes, Mississippi musician Ty Treeherne. He's got a brand new album coming out October 23rd. It's called Dear Dichotomy.
Brian fell down or something, and I was like freaking out.
A mid-show pea.
Mid-show pea.
I do like peas.
Yeah.
By the way, that was Ty Treeherne. The song is called Better Off, and it's from his upcoming album, Dear Dichotomy.
Very nice. It's actually a pretty cool name, Dear Dichotomy.
Mm-hmm.
I like
it is. The whole thing's cool.
Chat room
Ty
also seemed very
Treeherne
positive
is
on
cool.
it. They liked it. They thought it was good.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, they did.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill.
Hey, everybody, look who it is. It's Mr. Bill Duran, all the way from the Pacific Northwest, joining us from the Punish Prop Studios and chilling out in the morning and hanging out with us on a Monday. What's going on, Bill?
Good morning, friends.
Good morning.
I can see the sky again. It's great.
You can see clearly now. The smoke is gone, is what you're saying. Okay.
I went for a walk outside yesterday for the first time in like a week and a half, and it was phenomenal.
Nice.
Still smells like a burning pine here because California just keeps funneling it our way. So what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? Actually, we were supposed to get a bunch of rain yesterday, and we got a little rain. It just wasn't enough. So just enough to dirty everybody's car up from all the smoke in the air, but not enough to clear it out of the sky. Good times. Yeah, it's a bummer. Hey, Bill, it's always good to have you here. We talk about the world of making things. Yeah, that's right. We spend a little time with the creatives and talk to you creatives out there trying to make stuff. Maybe we can inspire you to make something cool. And let's see what Bill's got for us today. Bill, what's cocked in your gun?
Last week I talked about this channel Flight Test. They do RC planes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been watching a lot of their videos. I think I watched 5 of them before I went to bed last night. Now, I love radio-controlled vehicles of all kinds.
Sure.
When I was growing up, we had a lot of them. My dad got way into it. So we even had a room in our basement, like an unfinished room in the basement that was the hobby room that had a wood stove in it so that we could make model airplanes in the cold of winter in central New York. So that was actually where I got a lot of my early like maker skills. Learn how to use like a scroll saw and a belt sander, and learn how to assemble like model kits and RC plane kits and stuff. So we had we built a wooden model airplane with like a gas engine and everything. We spent all winter building this thing, and then we destroyed it almost immediately. But it was a really cool hobby to have, and sort of cut my teeth from a pretty young age as a maker. We had boats. We had a gas-powered motorboat that, if my dad still has, I want back. I want that.
Yeah. How big was that? Was it huge?
Yeah, it was like 3 feet long.
Oh, those were so cool.
It was
back in
fast
the day.
too.
Yeah, those are awesome.
We had an airboat, which was like those.
Like a hydrofoil or
like the ones that like in the Everglades they drive around. It's got a big fan on it.
Fan on the back. Yeah,
those are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, when the airplane was destroyed, the motor or the engine was still good, so we put it on that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And the electronics, like the transmitter and the servos, and those were all still good. The wooden part of the plane, my dad lost control of it over the forest, and it just kept going until it ran out of fuel, and then it plummeted into the trees.
Oh no!
And he found a pile of splinters, but he was able to retrieve the engine and the electronics.
That's really cool. How fast would that boat go if you could remember?
I have no idea. It was pretty quick though. Yeah. We had sailboats, several of them. My dad got way into this. So my dad races real sailboats.
Yeah.
And for a while, he gave it up when we were growing up to spend more time with the kids. But he took up RC sailboats. And in some ways, they were just as intricate and expensive as a real sailboat.
But they were small, right? They were still, scale model size boats. You just had to.
Yeah. The Marblehead was the kind of the cream of the crop, the crazy pants one. The hull was made of Kevlar.
Really?
Super lightweight. Yeah, and it was about 7 feet tall and like 3 feet long.
Yeah.
It was big. Like for a model boat, it was really, really big.
Huh.
But I got to help with that. We had the plane I told you about. My dad had an electric glider plane as well, a couple of those, and many cars. We had, and the cars what us kids could play with the most because there was a least risk of destroying the toy and hurting ourselves. So we played with cars a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. Give the kids the cars. Yeah. The intricate stuff stays with dad.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you do it when you're parenting. Yeah.
Although he was the one who destroyed the plane. I'm just for the record, just going to point that out.
Oh, that wasn't you or your twin brother goofing up. It was your dad.
It was Dad. Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, I've recently, in the last few years, kind of got back into the hobby of RC vehicles. I got a Phantom 3 quadcopter used. Now it is an artifact compared to what's available now. This thing's like 3 or 4 years old. And I may have to get I'm gonna have to get a newer, fancier quad. I think maybe with the FPV goggles because those look so freaking cool and fun.
Yeah, those are pretty rad.
But the Phantom 3 by itself is pretty awesome. Like just the tech involved is really cool and it's really fun to fly. And then I have several cars. That's what I've been doing mostly recently. Now I think I've shared the Mad Max RC car I made a while back.
The stuff you've kind of dismantled and put a new shell on and stuff.
Yes.
Love
Yeah.
I want that thing so bad. When you die, can you put that in your will for me?
Done.
Okay.
It doesn't drive anymore. I accidentally drove it into the ocean.
No, don't.
Oh, no.
Oops.
And it claimed it was waterproof, but I'm here to tell you it's not.
We've learned the hard way. Yeah, I get it.
So it's a very nice model on the shelf to look at now.
Yeah.
And then when I made, when Brittany made Probius for BlizzCon a couple years ago, he was propelled using an RC truck.
Oh, that's right. And
I
you had to keep recharging those batteries or something, right? I can't remember.
Yeah. Turns out putting like a 15-pound Protoss probe model on top of your RC car, driving it on carpet makes the battery die really fast.
Yeah.
But it was fun while it lasted. And he was really quick on concrete, which was awesome.
Yeah, you guys did a killer job at that. That was so good.
It lives at Blizzard headquarters now.
Yeah, it's where it's. I mean, if I ever get to walk through there again, I would love to just see it. And I remember they had 2 of those that year. They had the one Blizzard brought, and then yours was floating around.
Yeah.
And yours was so much better than theirs was.
I liked both of them.
It was shocking, though.
It's a very diplomatic thing to say.
Yeah,
but yeah.
To me, it was strikingly better. Like it looked so much better, and it's no shade on whoever.
I mean, you do this for a living. Blizzard was. Didn't they hire somebody to do it?
Yeah. That sort of stuff gets contracted out all the time.
Yeah. Normal stuff.
So. Anyway, the whole point of this whole thing is to say that if you're interested in getting into RC vehicles, it has never been a better time. So that truck that I bought for Probius, I got on Amazon, and it came with everything. Right out of the box, ready to go. A transmitter, the battery, all the servos, all ready to go. And it was like less than $150. Back in the day, that would have been closer to $1,000. No joke.
Yeah.
The transmitter by itself would have set you back a couple $100.
Yeah, and there would have been terrible battery situation that would over time go bad. You'd have to get new batteries. That stuff is all improved, and it's all gotten cheaper, weirdly.
Yeah, it is so much cheaper now, and it is so much better. Now, I went and dumped some more money into that truck. I spent, I think it was $250 on a new motor.
Oh my Lord.
But it's a brushless DC motor. It's so fast. So that truck, and I kind of wish I had done that before we put it in Probius, because then he would have been a lot faster.
Oh, he would have been screaming, yeah.
But that thing will go like 30 miles an hour down the street, and it feels like scale speed like 100 miles an hour. It's awesome.
That's pretty awesome. Some prices here, like you can get some pretty decked out stuff on Amazon for like $50. Like,
oh yeah, and also like the Probius truck was 1/10 scale, which is a really good size.
Yeah.
The RC, the Mad Max car I made, was 1/18 scale, a little bit smaller, and it was cheaper too. Nice thing about those smaller, cheaper ones is when you destroy them. Like if you're driving in the ocean, it doesn't sting as much.
You don't feel so bad, right?
Yeah.
A little more disposable that way. So wait, were you driving it around? Now I need to know. Were you driving it around the beach, and you were just like, "Hey, it's like sand, like it would be in Mad Max." Oh, there's the ocean. Like, how did it get in there?
Yeah. So good news is I filmed it. I was trying to get like slow motion of it skimming the surf. So the wave would come in, and I was trying to drive through just like the edge of the wave really close to the camera so it would spray water everywhere. Again, because it claimed it was waterproof.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And instead, I drove it directly into the ocean. Because the wave was bigger than I thought, and I'm not as good at driving as I thought I was, and I drove it straight into the ocean.
Wow.
Oh, man.
But I did film it, so at least I have that.
That's pretty awesome. Turns out there's I found a whole channel on YouTube where all they do is make Mad Maxified versions of RC cars.
Oh, it's so cool.
It is cool.
I love it.
How are you just discovering that now?
Well, it's a good point. I feel like with my my love of Mad Max.
Me just discovering a Spice Girls cosplay channel or something.
I love that how every time we do this, the comparison is always, and it's not just you. Other people apply this to you. It's always Spice Girls, which is so funny.
Right? They don't compare Hudson Hawk, although I don't have the love for Hudson Hawk that you have for Mad Max.
No, not quite. But you love it, and that's enough.
Love it.
Sounds like we need a Spice Girls Mad Max cosplay mashup. That would kill a Dragon Con.
I'm in. They could be the wives, the new wives in the back of the truck trying to get them.
You know what? You know what would be better?
Spice, Dusty Spice.
Yeah.
One Arm Spice.
How about a Dune Spice Girls matchup? That would be pretty good.
One-armed spice. That's great.
Anyway,
or you could milk them. They'd be the milk ladies back at Immortan Joe's place. Anyway,
There you
go
go.
ahead. Sorry.
So I talked about the guys at Flight Test. They sell pre-cut foam board kits of all of their planes. I'm probably going to buy one. They're made and assembled with common materials like hot glue and like sticks of wood. They're really, really made to lower the barrier to entry as possible. And it's also really awesome for getting young kids into it. And they have kits and electronics kits specifically for like really young kids to get into it, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Specifically, they have a kit for the Sea Duck from Tailspin, and that's probably the one I'm going to buy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't. You're a Tales or a yeah, you're a fan, are you? That cartoon
Big fan.
means something to you. Okay, all right.
Oh, we-oh.
Oh, that's great. Just to hear you say that was worth it.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. And you'll chronicle all of these things. They'll end up on your channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's what we want to make sure has happened. It's Bill Duran. Oh, and you've also got a little bonus for us this week. What do you got?
I
for us?
do. So my friend Nick from Modulus Props, Modulus, he put out a video sculpting. We did a sculpting video with him on our channel a year or two ago. Nick's an awesome guy. He's a really great sculptor, and he sculpted a fox mask.
Oh, wow. What
So
does it say?
It says, "Buy more foam." That's what it says.
Yeah.
So he
look-
sculpted out of monster clay, and it's a really well put together video, and I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah, look at
That's
this.
cool.
Is this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow, that's a freaky mask. That's the kind of thing you wear
It
at
is.
one of those like Eyes Wide Shut parties or something.
You go to a lot of those parties, Scott.
Well, you know.
I just got an invite to an Eyes Wide Shut party. What am I going to wear? Oh, I know, one of these freaky fox masks.
Yeah, why not? Why the heck not? All right, go check that out. That again is Modulus Props and available on YouTube as well. Look for Punish Props on YouTube or punishprops.com will get you there as well. It's Bill Duran, aka Chinbeard on Twitter. He has a twin, so don't be fooled by any trickery those two pull. And Bill, we hope to see you very next week with more great stuff from Bill.
You got it.
Bye now.
See, Bill.
Okay. All right. We did it, guys. So now, I forgot what he's under. I always forget the names because it's not Steven. It's major
Right, it's
spoilers.
under major
and
spoilers.
Throws me off every time. I don't know why I keep doing that. All right. Steven joins us, and he joins us with this.
Steven.
It wouldn't be a Monday without a little pop culture comics talk with Steven Schleicher. Has been here since forever on the show with this segment, and a good friend of ours all the way from Hayes, Kansas. Steven, welcome to the show.
Hello, Scott. Hello, Brian.
Great to have you here.
Hello.
Hey, you know what I've been doing? I've been rereading. So here's just a little comics update. And I shared it with Brian yesterday, but I'm rereading the original, or just finished rereading the original series of Old Man Logan from Mark Miller. And
yeah.
and I've read it before, but I just love that book. It's so good. So I reread that, and by the way, that's on Comixology and on Marvel Ultimate. If anyone out there is looking for it.
Oh, yeah. Is that the one with old Peter Quill too?
No, it's with old.
That's a different one. Okay.
It's old
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Yeah.
Old Hawkeye. Okay. I think there's another one that's got old Peter Quill.
The whole Hillbilly clan.
Yeah, the Hulk Hillbilly clan. Dude, that stuff went places.
Awesome.
Like, wow.
Oh, I need to read that. That sounds great.
If you've never read Old Man Logan, which Logan is based on, the movie Logan was based very loosely on this idea of let's jump in the future and things are weird kind of Logan story. But it's very different. It's not the same story.
Mm-hmm.
This thing goes places and does things. The Kingpin took over Salt Lake City. They named it Fisk Lake City. It's his headquarters is in Salt Lake, and he uses the University of Utah Eccles Stadium up there as like a giant gladiatorial stadium now. And he runs Vegas, Brian. He's in charge of Vegas. So that whole western chunk. The country's split into these things. I sent you the map. You saw it.
Yes, I saw the map. Yeah.
Denver seems fine. It says Denver, so it's not weird. But
I know we're off the track. We're like not in the path.
Yeah, it's very very good. What got me thinking about it again is we watched. I watched Wanted for a podcast, TV Travis's podcast. We did Wanted, which I hadn't seen, and Wanted's loosely based on another Mark Miller comic. And then I went, oh, Mark Miller. I'm in the mood for his tone right now. So let's see what I can do here. And I went searching around. Oh, yeah, I forgot Old Man Logan. I'm going to read that again. And now I'm on to the 2016 through 2018 run with new people. It's not the same writers and stuff, but that Old Man Logan stuff continues.
Mm-hmm. And he's still around.
Yeah.
He's in the X books.
And I like it so far. It's all right. Somebody told me, don't read on. It gets weird. I'm like, I'm going to read on anyway. F you. So I'm reading on. All right. Hey, Steven, forget about what I'm reading. Let's talk about the world of DC Universe Online, or DC Universe the service. We all wondered, with all these acquisitions and flip-flopping and HBO Max and blah, 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 what's happening with all that stuff? And now we know.
Yeah, we've been talking about this the last couple of weeks with Doom Patrol becoming an HBO Max original series, and Harley Quinn getting a third season over at HBO Max, and now Teen Titans moved over to HBO Max, and it's like,
Yay.
well, what's left over at DC Universe? And the answer is comics. That's
comic
it.
books.
Just comic books. So they've actually rebranding and relaunching the DC Universe site in January. It'll be called DC Universe Infinite, DC Universe Infinite, and you'll have access to 24,000 comics on launch day in digital format. You'll have early access to digital first comics, which I don't know if they mean that with the digital first comics like the Harley Quinn Black, White, and Red, which comes out every Friday on Comixology, if that means it comes out early on the DC Universe Infinite site, or if it just means, hey, you get digital comics before they come out on print.
Right.
And then, of course, you get the comic 6 months after release for one low monthly price of $7.99 a month, or $75 a year.
Okay. So
basically, it's a digital comics service, just like Marvel Unlimited. This will be DC Universe Infinite.
I'm actually super jazzed about this. More and more, my world is a Netflix-style subscription-based content consumer. That's what I do. So the idea that I could pay as little as $6.25 a month if you do the annual, that's less than a single comic issue half the time these days.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's a lot of DC content. I already do this with Marvel Unlimited, and to a lesser degree, Comixology Unlimited, or Ultimate, or whatever the hell it's called. Unlimited, right? They're both unlimited. Anyway,
Unlimited.
It's getting confusing. But and even though Comixology is a little bit less, and you get some DC stuff, you get Marvel stuff, and you get IDW and Oni Press and a bunch of other
Image
and whatever. So that's been good for me, because I like to get that indie side stuff somewhere, and I can't really get it out of DC or Marvel. But then again, I want the full Marvel DC thing, and Unlimited for Marvel does that. It'll be nice to have something that does that for DC. I'm excited, like legit excited. Everybody was all like, "Oh, this is a bummer. They're getting rid of all the TV
it
stuff."
is kind of a bummer, because here was this one-stop shop for everything DC Universe, DC movies, DC TV shows, DC, all this stuff. And just because AT&T bought it and wants to shake things up, everything's now on HBO Max, and DC Universe, which was a really cool site to go to for DC fans, is now just nothing. I mean, they didn't even do DC. They didn't even do their fandom through the DC Universe site. So that kind of tells you what they think of this. So it's like, well, yeah, okay. It was fun while it lasted. Now. And I agree with you, for those people that want, to go through comics and have random selection of comics that they can read over the years and months for that price, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
For those of us who are already DC Universe subscribers, your subscription rolls over into this DC Universe Infinite thing when it kicks off in January.
It also says existing members or those joining during the pre-order offer window will receive special thank you vouchers redeemable on the DC shop. Subject to terms and conditions, annual subscribers receive a $25 voucher, while monthly subscribers receive a $10.
Ooh,
is that towards the subscription?
Somebody's gonna get a new gym bag.
Oh, is that what it is? That kind of stuff?
I don't know. It's whatever they have at their DC shop. It's a lot of their merchandise things.
Well, I'm kind of having a comics resurgence in my life, and this seemed like good news to me. But I guess I wasn't already part of the universe thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not missing what's leaving. So
for people that are not, I think this is a pretty good deal. If you've always wanted something like Marvel Unlimited and you've used the Marvel Unlimited or Comixology Unlimited, yeah, this is a good deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and spending $8 a month. If you're already used to spending a bunch of money on comics,
yeah, two comic books today. The average price for comic books is $3.99. They range anywhere from $2.99 up to $4.99, sometimes $9.99 for a comic. So, one really good comic a month will pay for the subscription.
Yeah, and if you're serious about reading, this is an incredible value. If you're not,
Mm-hmm.
if you're only just looking for a book or two once in a while, I mean, maybe not, right? But then it wasn't a good deal before that. But for me, this is like, I don't know. It's why I like Game Pass. It's why I like Netflix. It's why I like a lot of this sort of stuff, is because it's a low bar for entry per month. Like I would spend, let's say for Netflix, what is it, $12.99 now or whatever it is. You would spend that on a single film at Walmart.
Yeah.
And that's a good deal. You know what I mean? For a single movie. So if you're watching enough stuff, we live in ridiculous times. Like, it's so cheap to consume the content compared to what it used to be, because you had to piecemeal everything. And so I'm personally all for this stuff. It's a bummer for fans of what Universe was trying to do before and couldn't quite pull off, and AT&T and blah, blah, blah. But on the other hand of this, I'm actually pretty excited, because this is going to add to my addiction.
Yeah, definitely sign up.
Yeah.
It would be a good time to sign up.
Now's the time, everybody.
Now's the time.
Also,
Cool.
I'm
just excited that Titans is finally coming over to HBO Max.
Yep.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, Titan season 1 through 3, all moving over there.
I want to see that. I meant to see it before.
Now, they haven't said anything about a new season of Titans, but all the shows that were over it.
Oh, right. Yeah, the season 3 of Doom Patrol got announced. I thought it was.
Yeah,
season
and then
3.
also there was the Young Justice was the other one that was announced.
That's right.
Didn't Harley Quinn get an announcement for a new season as well?
Harley Quinn gets a third,
Yeah.
the second or third season.
Second?
Yeah, I think it's third.
Third, something like that. Yeah, everybody got announced, or a lot of those got announced. I guess just the one didn't. Okay, so here's the deal on that. You got your She-Hulk, right? She's a lady. She's a lady Hulk.
Yeah, sure.
And
Jennifer Walters, she's a lawyer.
Cousin of Banner.
Who gets to play her, and how excited am I? I'm actually pretty excited because I like She-Hulk.
Yeah, so this is really cool news, although it really makes me kind of scratch my head just a little bit, because it hasn't been confirmed, but several sites have reported it. Marvel and Disney, and of course the actress's agents have not confirmed, but the actor Mark Ruffalo tweeted out, "Hey, welcome to the family, to Tatiana Maslany, who will be playing Jennifer."
Right. He's a little bit of a spoiler.
That's amazing, Steven. I don't mean to interrupt, but the fact that it's Ruffalo again spoiling something in the MCU, that is so great. Is that his? I mean, they must know that he gets to do this now, right? Like he's.
I mean, it was announced on Deadline, and then he retweeted the Deadline post in his article. Okay. So it's not like he broke the news or anything.
All right, because I love that. I think that's.
But there were like lots of these videos that surfaced in press junkets for Infinity War, where he and Benedict Cumberbatch or Tom Holland, right? It was Tom Holland. They basically had to be elbowed.
Yeah, they're over
the
there
ribs to stop saying things. Yeah.
Like, quit letting him talk. I love that about him. Also, grats to him for winning an Emmy last night for Best Actor in a Limited Series. He was amazing in that show.
So well deserved.
Yeah.
So Tatiana Maslany, many of you know from Orphan Black. If you watch the incredible Perry Mason series just recently on HBO,
loved it.
She does a fantastic job. She's somebody that can really lose herself in any role that she takes on. And I think Orphan Black is a good example of that. In Perry Mason,
12 roles in Orphan Black, or however many she had to play. Yeah.
In at the end of Perry Mason, Perry goes to Northern California to go talk to some waitress, and I was like, "Who is this? And finally, I was like, "Oh, it's her!" And then it was like, what a change!
Yeah.
And so she's going to be playing Jennifer Walters, who got her Hulk powers through a blood transfusion from the Hulk. She's a great actress, right? So there's no doubt that she can't do this role.
Yeah.
She's only 5'4".
Yeah, she's tiny.
Right.
She's a little tiny lady. But they don't.
Yeah,
but it never feels like it. Like in Perry Mason, which I loved, by the way. I loved that season. And I'm glad it's coming back. But her in it, she never seems small to me in it.
No.
So they can fool us. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to use a bunch of CG stuff, and I don't know if this is going to be. She-Hulk, who is always in the She-Hulk mode, always green and doesn't change back, or if she will be changing back and forth, in which case, there's probably going to be some CG stuff. But I kind of really hope that they just make her up and then they do some trick photography with forced perspective.
Yeah.
And just do it all on camera.
Listen, Ruffalo's only 5'8", so
Well, there you go.
They can make him look
But
bigger.
he's also CG. He's also CG when he
He's
turns
also
into the Hulk, so-
CGI. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And I don't know for a Marvel TV series. Now we just saw the trailer for the WandaVision.
Yes.
that dropped
yeah,
last
it looked
night,
great.
which looks crazy as all heck.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm going to guess that they don't have super big budgets to do a lot of super CGI work for a CGI version of She-Hulk.
Yeah. I legit excited about that, even though I don't know exactly what the hell's going on. Like, I don't really know what's happening in that series, but that trailer has me all kinds of excited. Like, what a weird freaking.
just the shot of Vision, MCU Vision cosplaying as old comic book
Yeah,
Vision,
yeah.
like on Halloween or something, is fantastic.
Yeah, that was great. And but also showing me that there's some stuff that isn't all just weird fantasy. Hey, we're in an old TV show from the 50s, like him floating around outside talking to what's her name in the car as actual Vision, like current Vision. That makes me go, oh, okay. Well, we're not going to spend all day in Psycho Town. It's going to be this mix of things, and some of the guest actors they showed at that dinner table. I got excited because I really like that lady.
So what's her face from the
70s
that
show.
70s show?
Yeah, can't think of her name. I love her. She's great. So anyway, I'm all in. Everything you've talked about today, I'm in. You've brought me nothing I'm disappointed in, even though, there are going to be people with the universe who are going to be sad, but not me. I'm ready. I'm ready. Infinite. They're calling it Infinite, aren't they? It could be a crisis on Infinite subscriptions. Oh, no!
I'm sure it will feel that way at some point.
Yeah, probably. I'll probably have to. I don't know. I gotta make a decision here because I've been keeping a list of everything I've subscribed to, and you forget sometimes just how big that list is. And
yeah,
I want to have a little better control over it. Cancel this. Don't use it enough. Look into something that seems cool that I haven't tried. Just be a little smarter with it.
Well, just be careful when you delete your subscriptions, because I was looking through mine. It's like, why do I have a subscription to Crunchyroll, which I haven't watched in like 2 years?
Yeah.
So canceled it. And then, 2 hours later, both of my kids are yelling at me, why can't Crunchyroll load?
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? Is I don't know who else. I got to make sure who's using what before I do it.
Go read a manga.
Also, I want to save money on that Apple One thing because that'll already cut like $12 off what I pay every month for something. Does anyone know when that happens? Is that already a thing?
No, not till
No, not
late
until the end.
2020. Yeah.
Oh, boo. Well, I guess.
But
we'll
I'm
get
excited about that too, because right now, what I'm paying in Apple TV Plus, Apple Music Family Edition, it's like, all right, this is actually going to save me money and give me Fitness Plus for free.
Yeah.
So I'm in.
Yeah. So check this out. Family is only $19.95 a month. I'm already paying more than that for the services it includes.
Yeah, right.
And I'm getting more iCloud space, although I already do a terabyte because I need it for work stuff. But
Yeah, that's what my concern is too. Is so when you sign up for this, is it going to cancel your previous?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm curious about, will this just roll over and I'll still have access to all my stuff, or does that mean you better download all your stuff before we delete it and then you create a new account?
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out. But anyway, Android people are taking a dump in their pants right now, so we'll quit talking about Apple. But it's a good deal.
Apple.
It seems
Scott
like a
loves
good
Apple.
deal.
Everybody loves Apple. Who doesn't love Apple?
Whatever. I have my own problems with them, but I also like a lot of their stuff. So you can have it both ways, folks. You really can. All right. Stephen, as always, talking to you is enlightening and fun, and I look forward to more of it. Also, if there's more I want from you in the week, tell people where they can get it and what's going on in Major Spoilers right now.
Well, make sure you follow our Twitter account, Major Spoilers, for all of the stuff as it happens. Of course, visit the website, majorspoilers.com, and check out all of our podcasts that we do every week. This week on the Major Spoilers podcast, we're going to be talking about Atomic Robo and the Temple of Odd. You're going to want to check that out this week on the Major Spoilers podcast.
Nice. Steven Schleicher, everybody. Major Spoilers on Twitter and majorspoilers.com. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next time.
Stay hydrated.
Bye. .com. Let's make sure everyone heard me say it right. .com, not dots.
.com.
Yeah. The .cum domain is not available as far as I know. All right, Brian. We're going to I'm going to share with you a fan service, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Here it is.
Fan
service. This is from let's see, Adam Mock. I feel like we know that name.
Adam Mock.
Oh, we do know that name because I actually have this book from him. He's awesome. Anyway, What Does My Dog Jack Do at Night is the first children's book he's put out with illustrations by Segundo Garcia through Pixel Mouse House Publishing. Since its release in March 2020, I've since recorded and released the Audible version of the book, and I've been asked to voice several other children's titles, including Casey at the Bar, or Bat rather, Casey at the Bar, and that will drop sometime in September. Jeez. The book is available on Amazon and at BarnesandNoble.com in both paperback and hardcover. It sells around 500 books. My chances for publishing a second children's story will be really strong and can help me make this and voiceovers a full-time career. I hope one day to try my hand at illustration of my own, but you have to walk before you can run, LOL. Anyway, I can't thank you enough, both Brian and yourself, along with the Frog Pants community, for their amazing support of this endeavor, and I hope that one day I'll be able to do the same for those who helped me along the way. You can find me on Instagram at mock_Adam, at what does Jack do, and my Twitter is at ad_mock. Please rate and review everywhere that you get your books. Please review on Goodreads. It helps out a lot. Says, finally, thanks again for all you and the community does for its fans. Frog Pants helped me through many tough months and beyond. Love the show, though. Adam Mock. Well, Adam, that sounds great. The book is very good if you have kids. It's amazing. Even if you don't, I still think it's worth a read. It's What Does My Dog Jack Do at Night? And you can get it anywhere right now. All right, Brian, you want to mash up today? How you want?
Please, yes, absolutely.
You want to mash up?
I'm still visualizing Casey at the bar because,
Well, he said, If
you strike out and you go drink.
Yeah. You got to, if you had a bad game.
The mighty Casey.
How far he has fallen. All right, here it is. It is the Monday mashup. This is from Jamie. Enjoy.
Third boob implant. I know, it's serious.
Let's get it up. That sounds terrible. Let's get this going.
We take your shit and process it down into tasteless capsules for you to ingest. It's always floppy in the middle.
So it's all wet in the middle. That's gross.
It's all wet in the middle and floppy, and you can't do it,
It's good. Jamie, are you around for this one?
Exactly, wet and floppy.
What? Wet and floppy in the middle. Oh, we're going to blow it all up. Everybody get a...
Okay, your shoulder's better. I'll sign it. Okay.
You're fine. Me. What did you think? You think I am good lover too? You like it?
I don't know. Let's swap ice.
You like... You have ice over there. We can swap it.
We swap and see if yours good.
It tastes terrible. What did you have for lunch today?
You have halitosis.
You should not have had kimchi today. I can taste it on the ice.
West Valley police say Chanel Pamela Payne, age 25, entered the hospital's emergency room on Tuesday night.
I like to use it Pamela instead of Pamela. Pamela.
Why am I saying Pamela?
I don't know, but it was great. Chanel Pamela Payne.
Cardboard pages that little kids have? Because they can't turn the page.
Right, exactly.
What song is that? Turn the page. What am I thinking of?
That's Bob Seger. It's a song called Turn the Page. Like Popeye. Popeye? Like Popeye. How about Popeye? Like Popeye?
I'm more likely to spend time with that topless nun that was downtown that one time. Do you remember her walking around?
I do, and that's a great clip for Jamie to capture. Ooh, I'm the hand sanitizer monster. Would you like some candy? It comes with a UV light. Hold it under the UV light for a minute. Okay, now you can take it away.
Let me check your temperature. Hold still. After Payne barfed in the emergency room, Payne threw the bag of vomit at a nurse.
I like camping. Camping is fun. Camping is really nice. You get to see new places. Camping is good. I eat marshmallows.
Kim and I will pound one of those out this afternoon, or this. Kim and I will pound one out after the show.
Pamela DeVille, Pamela DeVille. If her fists don't get ya, her puke bag will.
That was a good rendition of Pamela DeVille.
My favorite Disney movie of all time.
Oh, it's great stuff. Yeah.
101 puke bags.
Yeah. All right. That was really great. Well done, Jamie. As always, you can follow him on Twitter at TMS Mashups, and he's great. We love Jamie. All right. Quick reminders at the end of the show today. If you like what you hear and you haven't yet done it, consider supporting us over at patreon.com/TMS. Almost a new month. So if you were thinking, man, I've been on the fence on this for a long time, perhaps I will make it a priority to support shows I love. Well, you can. Patreon.com/TMS. Get your bonus content, cool stuff in the mail. There's even a coffee level, a tea level.
Yes. Do it before September 30th, and then you get all the October goodies, the October joy and
That's
fun
right.
and happiness.
And you can do it for $1 a month. $1 a month!
Look at all these cards you can get. All these cards.
Look at those. Look at my. Wait, hold on. I gotta show you. Look at that. Look at what Ryan's got. Look at all these collectible
Look at
cards.
that. I've got
These
a full house.
These are collectibles. You can't get them anywhere else.
Nowhere else.
Nowhere else. I'm telling you. So do it. Patreon.com/TMS. You can also follow us and find us and contact us and do everything else you need to do over at frogpants.com/TMS. We are now done. We need to play a song though, and I think today you should be in charge of the song. So can you pick the song?
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it today. Sure,
Okay.
we'll trade off. All right.
Great.
Tanner wrote in. Birthday boy Tanner said, "Hi friends. Today marks my 28th trip around the sun. I was born on the 21st night of September. So to celebrate, what better song is there than September by Earth, Wind, and Fire? Remember, don't get the chaff by dancing too much. Much love, Tanner Goodman."
Nice.
And sorry.
Does he want to hear the chaff? Here, I'll do it.
I'm sure.
I have the chaff.
There you go. That's a favorite
Excellent.
of mine,
Also-
Tanner. So I'm glad you brought that up. Well done.
It's a good one. Jeremy DeLuna also wrote in. That's two birds, one stone. Hi, Scott and Brian, longtime listener, first-time requester. I've been listening to you guys since all the way back in the ELR days with Obsidian and Andrew and the legendary creation of El Pipi del Fuego.
Oh my
How's that
gosh.
for inside baseball?
It was a long time ago, dude.
My birthday is on the 21st of September, and as you can imagine, September by Earth, Wind, and Fire is played annually at my house. I would love it if the cover master Brian could play any cover of the song in celebration for not just me, but anyone else who shares my birthday, like the aforementioned Stephen King and Bill Murray. Thank you guys in advance, and as always, keep up the good work. So, 2 birthdays today, 2 requests for the same song, the cover of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Now, look, I've played a few covers on the show of this song before. I think